I think one of the problem we have in this age and time is the fact that nobody talks about the need to prepare yourself early enough for anything you want to go into. If you want to go into a relationship, you want to go into a business, you want to run a business, a successful business, there is a need to prepare yourself. There is a need to get the actual knowledge it takes. Everything requires knowledge. Relationships, business, career, trading, skill, craft. You need to prepare yourself first. You need to learn about it. There's a young man who just opened a business and now his business has crashed because of the fact that he didn't have any prior knowledge of that business. I know this guy. He's a good friend of mine. He made money and his family kind of joined money for him and opened a business for him. He's not even up to a year and his business has crashed. Now, if he's ignorant, I don't know his way of thinking, an ignorant person will blame the village people. It is not village people. If you're ignorant, you think everything is village. It is not, because I know for the fact that this guy, when I saw him, running that business, because of I saw the business, they already opened the shop, goods are everywhere. First thing I asked myself subconsciously was the fact that I never saw this guy learning this trade from anybody. Because even in the native Igbo tradition, there is this what to call Eba boy, where someone will go and stay with a master for 7 years, learn the trade, and within those 7 years, the person is exposed to clientele, where to get the goods, how to lead the business, and also in terms of confusion, how to handle the business in terms of the bad days and the good days. This person is actually well known. You know what it means to learn for 7 years under somebody, and after that 7 years, this person is settled and the oga opens a shop for him or her and they start booming like that. And people that went through this route, they are the millionaires and the billionaires we know of this day. People like their Cosmos Madoka, like a lot of them, they went through this route. When I saw this guy in that business, I was like, I never saw this guy learning this. But I also wished him luck. But a few months down the line, he's out of business. He has closed his business, he has left the shop, and someone else have taken over. So there is a need for us to learn. Likewise in relationship, before you go into a relationship, first you need to understand yourself. You need to learn, you need to ask questions. There are people ahead of you. You need to ask people that are already successful in that particular field, that particular relationship, that particular craft, in that particular job, in that particular career. Let them tell you the integrities, the ins and outs of it. Don't just go into things blindly, or you go into things because of you think, oh, you need to pray. Yes, prayer works, but prayer work with work. I don't know if it makes sense to you. For prayer to work, you need to put in the work. You need to learn the actual. You need to get the information of what you're investing on. You don't just go into real estate because of you have the money. And some people are telling you that real estate is the booming business, or people are telling you that real estate is the business of the rich. No, you need to first get the knowledge. Look for someone who is good at real estate. Let him or her mentor you for a period of 2 months, 3 months. Let them tell you, okay, this is how to pick a land, this is how to develop the place, this is how to look for sales in case you want to sell it, this is how to environment, this is how to secure your own property. Don't just start throwing money, because a lot of people have lost millions of naira, thousands and hundreds of thousands of naira because of this kind of ignorance. They just go into things they barely know. And if you're a young man, there is a need for you to learn. Even in relationship, before you go into marriage, you have your parents let your parents sit you down. Talk to them. Let them give you an advice of how to handle a successful marriage, how to be with your spouse, how to, gather yourself together, because you're opening a new home. I still wonder the fact why young people go into a new home without actually getting prior knowledge from their own parents who are actually in it, who are successful in it. But these days, people are taking relationship advice from social media, and hence we have a lot of divorce going on in our society today. Most of our parents, if you check, our parents never prayed for marriage, but these days we have lots of young ladies praying for marriage. It is an error. If you go back in time, ask your parents, none of them prayed for marriage, because of the fact that their own parents, our grandparents and our great grandparents, prepared them for marriage. They sat them down and told them, this is how to be in a man's house, this is how to be with a lady, this is how to lead a family, and hence none of them prayed for those things. But these days, we see ourselves praying for marriage, we see ourselves praying for partners, because of the fact that we have ignored the best way, the best route. We have our parents who were meant to sit down, ask them for advice, but no, we're taking advice from Blessing CEO, from Side Aboj, from Gege, from this person, from that person, people you barely know. Learn to ask the right information, and you see it you see the good and the positive side of it in your life. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And also, if you're trying to acquire knowledge about the financial market, there's a link in my bio. Click on it. It's going to give you access to a program. It's called the Trading Edge program. Get it, and I'll see you on the inside. Cheers.